So Terraform commands. So what are the Terraform commands? The command should be Terraform. So Terraform commands. So what are the Terraform commands, guys? So Terraform commands are Terraform init. So init, plan, and destroy. What are the Terraform commands? So init, plan, destroy. If you know the init, plan, destroy, so it will be very easy. So what is Terraform init, guys? Init means initialization. Initialization means it will connect. So it will connect from your machine to AWS and on. You will connect it. Then plan. What is a plan? It is a blueprint. Blueprint of the blueprint of the plan architecture. So blueprint of the plan. It will not apply or it will not create the infra. It will not create the infra. Correct. Yeah. So Terraform apply means it will build the infra on AWS cloud. AWS cloud. AWS AWS cloud. So what is Terraform destroy means? It will de it will decommission the infra. What is decommission? Decommission is nothing but a remove or delete the infra. Okay. So remove or delete the infra. Guys understood? Guys understood, right?
Yes or no?
Yeah. Abhipun, are you able to hear?
Yes, Anna. Yes, Anna.
Hmm. So what you need? So first we need to how will you authenticate with the AWS? How will you authenticate with the AWS? So you will authenticate with the AWS through
Yeah, just key and a secret key.
Okay. Yeah. So first we need to authenticate with the, so Terraform downloads a version of AWS. So and will authenticate with the AWS account. So which region the resource need to be launched and which resource you want to launch, right? So how will you authenticate with that AWS? Will authenticate with AWS through access key and secret key. We already got to that, right? And we need to provide that in the provider. So what is that provider is AWS, region and access key, secret key. This is one function and the resources. So which resources need to launch? So which resources I already told you, right? A resource is nothing but a resource is nothing but a service. What service you want to install?
AWS.
AWS underscore instance MyAC2. We need to provide the AMI ID and the instance type. So AMI ID and the instance type. Guys understood?
Yeah, no.
Understood, right? So this is nothing but a, so initialization. So it will initialize the, yeah. So here it will initialize the, so Terraform has successfully initialized means communicating between that AWS and communicating with AWS and your local mission Terraform, right? Your local mission,
Terraform machine.
yeah. So and we need to know the ID. What is that? VS O ID. What is ID, guys?
Uh,
Integrated.
Integrated developed environment.
Hmm. Integrated development environment. Okay. So what is that? So ID is nothing but a integrated development environment. So what is so ID is nothing but a integrated development environment. So what is integrated development environment? So if you want to write the code, for example, developers write the source code in the IDE. So, so IDE. So why we need to use IDE? So it has it has multiple plugins to write the code easily. Easy to write the code easy. Right. So it will have the all the plugins, whatever the plugins you want to. For example, you want to write the Python code. You can install the, you can, yes code. Yeah. So there is a extension if you want. So Terraform. If you use the Terraform and install the Terraform, right? If you install the Terraform, if you install the Terraform, so how you can write the code? For example, provider. If you click the provider, it will automatically create the function. It will automatically create the a function. So for example, if it is a, so you see, if you install the extension, it will show. So this is the Terraform file. You will understand this is the Terraform file, and it will create the blocks also. It will create the functions also. Is understood? Guys, understood? Now you understood the ID, right? So git bash. What is a git bash? Git bash is the bash from, so same like as a SSH. So if you want to run the Linux commands on the Windows machine, what you need a git bash. What you need, guys? You need a git bash. So this is the git bash. You can run the commands in the git bash. Whatever the Terraform commands, Terraform is a, so Terraform like CLI commands. How we will work the CLI commands through the shell prompt. Okay. Now understood, guys?
Yes, Anna.
So what is that? An IDE is a software application. Say software application that provides a comprehensive set of tools for a software development. Development in a single interface. Yeah, single interface. Guys, understood? So what is this? So this is the YID, YVS code. So it is a popular and lightweight. What is this? It is a mul- multi multiple. It is a multiple languages, lightweight, pop, popular tool. It is a lightweight and popular tools. Guys, understood? So same like as a PyCharm for Python development, Eclipse for C, Java development, IntelliJ IDE. So IntelliJ IDE also we can use for Java, NetBeans, Android Studio, Xcode we can use for the. Okay, it is a multiple language, so it supports the multiple languages, right? Lightweight and popular. So lightweight and popular, right? So why we need use to why we use an ID? Why we use guys? So why we use ID? So one is saves time and increases productivity. Increases productivity and highlight syntax errors as you type. It will automatically as you type. Okay. So what is the third one? So provide code suggestions also. What is that? Provide the code suggestions auto auto complete. So it will automatically suggest your code. And what is the fourth one? Fourth one is easier to manage large projects. Large projects. So fifth one, integrates tools like Git, Docker, testing frameworks. Okay, testing frameworks. Is understood? It will be very easy IDE. You guys understood? Yeah. So Git bash. What is a Git bash? So Git bash is nothing but to run the git install git on Windows. Just download the software, guys. If we install the git, it automatically install the git bash. It automatically install the git bash. So git bash is an application for Windows that provides git command line tools and Unix style terminal also. What is that? So Unix style, so terminals. Git bash is an application or a software for Windows that provides git command line tools to use git. Second one is a Unix style terminal. So terminal like on type. Is that guys? Like on Linux. Guys understood? So what we need guys? So we need a Terraform, then IDE and git bash. Terraform, IDE and git bash. Guys understood?
Yeah, no.
Very good guys. Yeah. So how to write a Terraform file? So let's check it in the git bash. Git is installed. Okay. So git is installed and so what you can do guys, you can create a folder ls. Where are you? pwd array aws patch. So 57 Terraform. What is this guys? mkdir cd aws patch 56 57. Sorry. ls. Right now we are in the so cd dot. How to rename guys? Move AWS batch 56 to AWS batch 57. I want to rename it directly. Okay. CD AWS batch 57. Okay. So this is our folder. Okay. So open the, if you want to open here, from here, the VS Code, use the code dot, it will open the VS Code or else just a VS Code. Search it in the Visual Studio Code. Okay, search it in the Visual Studio Code. Open a file, not a file. Open a folder. So where exactly? AWS DevOps Batch Terraform. This is our project folder. What is this, guys? This is our project folder, and you can create a file inside this. My first ec2.tl. Right. So it will automatically write it. Open a chart control I and select the language. So fill with the template to get started. Control plus I. Ask by right. No need to ask the pilot guys. Yeah. So what is that, guys? I want to create a Yeah, guys, I want to create a provider. You see, so when you click the provider, it will automatically open the function. It will automatically open the functions. What is that? So which provider you are talking about? We are talking about we are connecting with the AWS. So which provider, guys? So AWS provider. AWS provider. So what is that? Region. You see, it will automatically showing region. So what is the region? US East 1. US East 1. What is the next access key? Access key, the double quotes. Okay. So next, what is that? Secret key. You see, it is automatically showing the secret key. Is it easy, guys? Guys, is it easy to write the code? Okay, it will giving the suggestions also. This is nothing but a provider. Is nothing but a provider. Next one, resource. Resource. What is the resource? AWS underscore instance. It is showing, right? AWS underscore instance. So what is the name of the instance? IaC, for example. Okay. So it is opening the pressing the AMI. What is this? AMI equal to double quotes. So we need to provide the AMI, then instance type equal to T2 micro. Instance type equal to T2 micro. So we already downloaded the downloads legit credentials, right? So this is the access key. This is the access key. Sorry. Is it access key? Access key and secret key. What this is? This is the access key. So then secret. What is that, guys? So the secret key. Secret key. Access key and secret key. AMI. AMI, right? So we need to take the AMI. Email address. Right. This is AMI. MFA 285. Sorry. 614. Green. Okay. So where it will be? It will be US East, North Virginia. Okay. US East 1, right? North Virginia region. Yeah, US East 1, North Virginia region. Yeah, US East 1. You are trying to launch the EC2 instance, right? Which EC2 instance, launch EC2 instance. What is this? If you want, close the AMS. What is that? We need Linux too, right? So what is the AMI for the Linux? You need a 64-bit, right? So this is the AMI, Amazon Mission Image ID. Okay. So what is this? This is the ID of the AMI. So right, guys. Control S, save the file. Then if you go to here, terminal, new terminal. Okay. So here you need to change it to git bash, git bash. What is that? Git init. It will, sorry, Terraform init, right? 122 dot. So what is that? Terraform engine. Okay, now initializing means authenticating between your Terraform to AWS. Terraform to AWS. Okay. Once it is initialized, then you can plan it, then you can deploy, apply. Okay. The installation is Terraform successfully installed. You see here. So initialize the backend, initializing the provider plugin. Provider plugin means AWS provides a provider plugin. So finding the latest version of the IaC Corp AWS, I will show you this. What is the URL register.terraform.io? So browse providers, AWS. See guys,
Version.
this is the version. So this is the version is installing. Okay. This is IaC Corp provided the AWS plugin to authenticate with the AWS to Terraform. Okay. So Terraform has created a log file .terraform.log to the recorded provider section. It made above. Include this file in our version control repository so that Terraform can guarantee to make the same selections by default. Then you can run the Terraform init future. Okay. So Terraform has successfully initialized. Now Terraform has successfully initialized. You can execute the commands. Terraform plan. So Terraform plan shows, so what are the actions it will apply? What are the actions it will apply? A blueprint guys. Okay, you see here, plan 1 to add, 0 to change, 0 to destroy. What is that? So plan 1 to add, 0 to change and 0 to change and 0 to destroy. So what are those? What are the plus symbols, right? What are the plus symbols are there? So those all are the so Terraform plan. So Terraform uses to select the providers to generate the following execution plan. The resource actions are identified with the following symbols: plus create, minus remove, right? A red symbol. So Terraform will perform the following actions. AWS instance dot myec2 will be created. So resources AWS underscore instance myec2. AMID we provided. So the rest of the things all are will taken as a default one, instant state to everything will take in as a default one, sir. Default one, sir. So it is showing plan one to add, zero to change, zero to destroy. Okay, if you execute the Terraform apply, what it will create the instance, it will create the instance. So when you execute we just created a myec2 that came. So and again it will create the dot terraform in the dot terraform providers resources, right? So then terraform.log HCL, terraform state also created. Okay. So terraform state also creating. It is asking the enter value. If yes, then only it will build the infra. So AWS EC2, my EC2 is creating. What is that? So AWS instances, refresh. Yeah, you see. So the second one is creating. The second one is creating with whatever we provided. So provided the T2 micro, Amazon Linux 2, right? So it will connect it. It will connect guys. So now you understood. So AWS EC2 instance created and the still it is creating. Still it is creating and okay. So 36 seconds it will take and the ID. So this is the instance ID is created. Apply complete. Resources one added and zero changed and zero destroyed. What is that? Zero changed and zero destroyed. Guys, understood? Zero changed and zero destroyed. Yeah. So you see, so this is running. What this is? This is running. Your instances are running. Okay. So you want to connect, right? So you want to connect this instance. So connect. So interface, web interface to it. Guys, who built this infra? Okay, still it is creating. That is the reason it is showing. So is it is initializing, right? Once we get the 2 by 2 pass, so then it will connect us. Okay. Guys, understood how we can build the infra? Guys, understood? So how we can build the infra? Through Terraform, through code. So just we wrote a code, a small code. So this code, so it will create the AWS EC2 instances. We want to create another EC2 instances. We just copy it and paste it. So copy, paste it. The same like this is the code of this is the code of for your AWS environment. So here in this code, in this is the stack. For example, this is the stack. In this stack, we have a development stack, QA stack, production stack, three-quad stack. Now three, four stacks are in the code. So and so it will easy to build the infra. It will easy to destroy the infra. It will easy to build the infra and it will easy to destroy the infra. You guys understand how we can build the infra? The task is guys, what is the task? You guys can add what is the task? So the task is task one is the task one. Create an EC2 instance. Terraform. Add 10 GB to the instance and create a mount create a mount point and attach the mount point. Guys, understood? Create the mount point and attach the mount. Okay. We can directly create the volumes. Then attach it to the server. Then you can create the disk partitions. After that, you can create the disk partitions and everything. Okay. Thank you so much, guys. We'll continue from tomorrow.
Okay.